CSL.
This is the M4 CSL. CSL is a big deal. BMW have only ever used this name twice before, and while through the years the CS has come to mean different things, one thing has remained the same. The L stands for lightweight. How light? Well, 3,640 pounds. Not that light, but it is 240 pounds lighter than the M4 competition. And in Canada, we only get the M4 competition in its X-Drive form. So compared to that, this is 340 pounds lighter than any M4 comp we've tested on our track before. But there's more to CSL than that.
One does not simply make a CSL by shaving a few pounds. And if previous CSLs are anything to go by, there's some crucial criteria that needs to be satisfied, like lighter weight panels, reduced sound deadening, more power, more track-focused suspension.
So, like a GTS?
No, because this is exclusive. They're only making 1,000 of these.
Oh, right, in the GTS, the M4 GTS,
yeah.
they only made under 1,000 of those. Okay, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
You go out
Right.
and try and prove to me and everyone that this is a CSL. And then I'm gonna go out and try and prove to you and everyone that this is just an overpriced sports car.
Okay. Okay. Despite what Thomas says, and his points are valid, this isn't a GTS, okay? It doesn't have a giant wing, it doesn't have a roll cage, it has normal door handles instead of door pulls, and it has speakers in the doors. It is not a track car, it is a track-focused road car, and one that I'll have you know, drives very, very well. Did I mention that this was the fastest M car ever? So, like the previous CSL, it has more power than the M car, 543 horsepower instead of 503. It is a rocket. And a big part of the CSL thing is also, as we said, making it lighter. And the way they've done that is a few things. First of all, no rear seats. And these seats are different manual carbon fiber buckets. They're 24 kilos lighter than the normal non-bucket regular M4 seats. And when I say manual, I mean you need tools to adjust them anything other than forward or aft. There's height settings, yeah, it's a whole thing. There's also a lot less sound deadening. It is loud in here. Not great for daily driving, not great for the highway, but better to hear that titanium exhaust with, which is so deep and so bassy in the best possible way. On upshifts, it's genuinely haunting. Speaking of upshifts, this gets the ZF gearbox, which we said was a bit of a downside of the normal M3 and M4 because it was too dull for a sports car, too luxury saloon feeling. And they've tuned this to make it more aggressive, but it's still one of the downsides of this vehicle because, let's put it this way, it's not Porsche PDK level, and even though it's more refined, it hasn't got the excitement of the DCT. But I'm fighting for the CSL name here, and need I remind you that that E46 M3 CSL that everyone loves only came with the SMG automatic transmission, which was also a downside. The other CSL things are the lighter bonnet, roof, and trunk lid, which in this are made out of carbon fiber reinforced plastic. So, lower center of gravity, and the turn-in on this is just more immediate. Also true to its CSL name is that the suspension is tuned for performance, making this car very stiff. In town, even in comfort, it's jarring. I don't want to say it's stiff, but it's the only car in recent memory that has burped me like a baby. So, it's a CSL. It's got all the CSL things.
James, it's $175,000 Canadian.
Yes, it is, Thomas. But did I tell you that the S stands for special?
No, it doesn't. It stands for sports. You said that. And as a $170,000 sports car, it's got some very serious sporty rivals. Let's start with, I don't know, the Corvette Z06, mid-engine, high-revving, naturally aspirated V8. It's amazing and cheaper. How about the Porsche GT4 RS? That has the engine from a GT3 in it, and it's an RS car, and it's amazing. How about, I don't know, an Audi R8 V10 rear-wheel drive? Yep, you could get one of those for this amount of money. Maybe an M5 CS. That's practical and amazing and beautiful. It's pretty much the best car in the world. It costs as much as this one. How about well, maybe you want to save some money then. Okay, a Camaro ZL1 1LE. That thing's a weapon. What about, if you want to be a little crazy, a Mustang Shelby GT500, 760 horsepower. That thing's nuts. Basically what I'm saying is that for the money, this better be really, really good. Oh, that's insane. Oh, okay, yeah, no, it's good. It's really good. Oh. Losing the tail, fourth gear. This is the most insane BMW I've ever driven, ever. Oh, it's all over the place. Okay. Oh. It just refuses to put the power down. What a thing. Oh my God, it's so stiff. And I don't mean the suspension. The suspension's stiff, I mean the chassis. It's got bracing everywhere. It's tightened up. It feels so hunkered down, but at the same time, so lively. Oh, and the brakes, carbon ceramics. They hurt. Just a ridiculous car. How do I describe this? So a normal M4 competition even, it feels like how I imagine riding on the back of a cheetah would feel. You know, sleek, fast, controlled. This is a bit more like trying to hang on to the back of a rabid silverback gorilla. And I don't mean the cute ones you see in a zoo. I mean the ones in the wild that are missing an eye and have scars on their face. So that is the CSL. Stiffer, faster, an absolute lunatic. A proper on-the-limit car. The GT3 has a progressive power band, and you kind of work your way up to the power. This has torque. It just breaks those rear tires loose all the time. Honestly, so far, my only gripe with the car is the steering. It's just a little bit too numb, I think. Oh my my God. Wow. That is a BMW M car. The question is though, is this a CSL? Because James can argue it's a CSL as much as he wants, but history tells me that one thing has to be true about a CSL. It has to be stunning. James, get over here.
No.
Get over here.
No.
Karston, bring him over.
No, unhand me! No!
Unhand me.
No!
You a princess? Is this stunning?
I'm stunned by it.
Yes.
All right, listen. Go do a hot lap. That's what this car's about.
Okay.
CSL, CSL.
Okay, I'll start by saying that this is one of the wildest laps I've ever done around here. This car is a handful and a half, especially with all of the systems turned off. We did this lap at the beginning of the day when the tires were still fresh, and of the 3 laps we were watching the fastest, but all 3 laps were within a couple tenths of each other, because even though this is a really spicy car, you can still be very consistent with it, because the front end is always super precise. Just about the only downside is that no matter what mode you're in, the transmission sometimes feels sluggish, which is a shame because the rest of the car is so sharp. Also, I did notice that it feels like the brake bias is set very forward, because it was super stable under brakes and when trail braking. I actually wouldn't have even minded a bit more rear brakes to help rotate the car on entry. But even still, there was no understeer, and you can use the throttle to trim the line with crazy precision. All in all, I could tell right away this was going to be a very fast time. Let's watch the rest of the lap.
So I'm declaring it now. This car is dangerous.
Yes.
Actually feels dangerous.
Yep, it is.
I'm scared driving it.
Yep.
And people say that this is like BMW's 911 GT3, except the GT3 is like, one word is control.
Yes.
This is not.
No, it's not. But like, maybe in a fun way, you know? Maybe in a fun way.
Like maybe I don't need to get home today.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Okay, so you always complain that Porsches delete corners.
I do.
Yes, this makes straight lines corners.
Is that good?
I don't know, but it's amazing.
Right.
It's completely, okay. You want the lap time?
Yeah, because for all the compromises this makes compared to a normal M4,
Yes.
it has to be good at the track.
Yes,
For that money,
it does.
it has to be good.
My narrative has shifted throughout the day today on this car, okay? I mean, I still have my issues, and I shall talk to them about them in a minute. But let's just do this lap time because this is very important today. Can you throw the leaderboard up in the sky? Fling.
So looking at the leaderboard,
There it is.
we got the BAC Mono and the GT3 at 107.
Right.
You and I have had discussions about this. I don't think this touches a GT3.
Okay, fair enough.
From the driver's seat.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah.
Even though it has more power, it's the power to weight so different, and it just doesn't give that sense of control.
No, fair enough. Of course.
So then I'm thinking M5 CS. That's a 110.
110. Yep. And the M2 CS is also in a 110.
So, you know, this has to earn its CS badge. Forget the L for a minute.
Okay.
It's got to beat the CSs. It has to beat the CSs.
Okay.
Otherwise, it doesn't deserve the L.
Okay.
Which is lightweight.
Listen, how? I don't know what it actually is. It's lightweight. Okay. This did a 108.64.
Ooh! 108.64.
Properly, dangerously, insanely quick around this track.
That's on Cup 2Rs.
It's on Cup 2Rs and it was cold. At no point in that lap did I have the ability to put my foot all the way down.
So there's more in it.
There's more in it still. And like, looking back, to be fair, the GT3 wasn't the perfect conditions day. There's nothing on the racing line, but it was definitely warmer than today. So like all things being equal.
But Cup 2s, Cup 2Rs.
Yeah. Okay, either way, it's a shocking, insanely amazing time.
From a 3,700 pound walrus.
It does not feel 3,700 pounds. It's crazy, honestly. That's a ridiculous time, and I'm so proud of it. honestly. And me for not dying.
No, but and I'm glad because it literally had to be that because
look at it.
Well, look, you said it yourself. For the same money, there's things like the Z06 and the GT4 RS, like mad cars. And like people will say that this is a C63 SE performance fighter in a way.
No, that's not going to be like this. That's not going to be like this.
And it'll be all-wheel drive as well.
It'll be all-wheel drive, yeah. Like, okay, so the looks of this car, this is important because I don't like the new M4. Not very many people do. No. But I will say that of all of the M4s that I've seen, this is probably the best looking.
Would you have preferred they'd stuck the CSL on the M3?
Yes, I have, because I like the M3 shape better. But again, I want to say, like, this might be the best looking M4 that I've ever seen, but I've had scabs that are better looking than other scabs.
I knew there was a metaphor coming in. You can't help but rinse this car.
I can't. It just is so crap looking.
And
I'm sorry.
The red is interesting. Yeah. You can de-option a bunch of the red.
Oh, you can de-option it?
Yeah, I think this stays.
Okay.
But everything you see on the body can disappear.
No, I like this hood design.
With the exposed carbon fiber.
I like the exposed carbon fiber. I really like the vintage BMW badge.
So that's awesome. That's a 50-year anniversary badge.
Yes.
So that comes on this car because this was a present for their 50th anniversary. But I think if you order a BMW this year, you can pay extra for that badge, or you can get.
Oh, interesting. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, they've also done the badging where there's red behind it, which is what the C63S has done as well.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I don't mind it. It's a bit playful. That's cool.
It's okay against the grey.
I don't like this little decal down here. This looks like a sticker that's stuck on the splitter. I'm not a big fan of that. But I like the carbon fiber roof. I like the duck bill.
Yeah.
Spoiler, because that's the same as on the E46 M3 CSL, right? But here's the thing, though. The E46 M3 CSL and the 3.0 CSL are stunningly beautiful cars.
Yes.
They are perfectly designed visually, and this is just busy.
However,
I guess. It's the only thing I can.
It has one of the coolest things that I've seen on a BMW.
Whoa.
So recently, with the lights, they've done this interesting thing with the tail lights. They've kind of cartoonized them with the LCIs.
Yeah.
So they basically fill the entire glass. It doesn't look like there's a light behind it. It just looks like a cartoon light.
Yeah.
They've gone the complete opposite on this.
Oh, yes.
And the M4 CSL gets these specific, thread light.
It's just
things.
So cool. Honestly, it's a great design taillight. Okay, but here's the thing. I think that this is one of the best driving M cars ever that I've driven.
Yes.
Honestly. Other than like vintage cars with the steering feel and all that. But like of recent M cars, this is one of the best, most exciting M cars. So I must knock it down more because it still costs too much money. This is a rear brake that's like, it's a floating piston brake. It's not a fixed caliper brake. And that in a $170,000 car, that is just not acceptable.
Visually.
Visually.
Because you said the brakes.
They're insane. They're like hitting a wall, but that just looks so cheap to me. Like this is obviously a nice multi-piston brake, but like, come on. What? At least they're carbon ceramics, I guess.
Speaking of carbon.
Yeah.
How gracefully do you think you can get in the seats?
Oh, watch me. Watch me.
I don't want to watch you.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta unlock the car first though.
No, I'm good.
Cool. Okay. Watch me. Watch me. You have to just...
You old man.
The ticket's to sit on the edge.
It's definitely easier to get in than to get out.
Yeah, getting out's worse. Like, these are like proper racing buckets.
Yeah.
Like,
they're pretty good actually.
They're actually great seats.
Yeah. We aren't that different in body type, but they fit us both. So if you're a different shape to us, sorry, we haven't got that test.
Yeah, I wonder, is it true that this middle bit comes out and you could put a seatbelt through there? Like for
I think so. There is a 5-point, 3-point harness, 5-point harness. It's a prime number.
This is a 3-point harness.
3-point harness.
No, it's 6-point actually. Wait, no, 5-point. I actually have a race car with a harness in it. I don't even know. Okay, so this is like you're bordering on with the seat having to take the steering wheel out.
To get out, yeah.
Yeah, like it's so tight.
Yeah, you have to be pretty limber.
And is it echoey in here or is it just me?
Yeah, well, they've removed the sound deadening.
Yeah, and the seats.
And there's nothing. There's like no cloth.
It's like literally an echo in here.
So the thing is, they've removed those seats, and
Yeah.
I've been on the BMW forums because I'm secretly a super BMW shill.
That's not true.
No, I just did my research, and people are a little bit upset that they didn't go the GTS route. If they're spending all this money, and it's
Right.
this harsh, and the sound ending's gone, it's this performance. Why not let you have a roll cage? Why not have door pulls?
Yeah, they think it should have a half cage and like the cloth door pulls like the GTS from before.
So, and that wouldn't be true to the CSL, but maybe, names aside, who wanted a CSL? That's the question. It's technically quite heavy, even though it drives light.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah.
BMW's thing these days.
It's weird how they're able to do that.
Yeah.
It really, really felt light today on the track. Honestly felt light. But this is other CSL stuff as well, right? So like, might not be a GTS, but it's definitely, they tried to make it, this is missing the center console, like a CSL should.
Just removed the comfort.
Yeah, just remove comforts and add carbon fiber, I guess.
And then we've got this Alcantara here.
Yep.
Which is quite a thick steering wheel, but that's BMW's thing these days.
These days, it's been like that for ages.
Yeah. All right, so big questions.
Yep.
170. Sorry, it's kind of 1 of 1,000. 170 grand.
Yep.
M5 CS. or
M5
this?
CS.
Okay.
It's just a no-brainer. That car is as fun as this,
Yeah.
but it's usable. There's back seats, there's a trunk.
And it's very cool back seats.
Very cool back seats. And it has like the bucket style seats, but they're adjustable. These are adjustable, but you need tools.
Yes.
So-
The M5 CS is beautiful.
Oh, it looks amazing.
Or save 70 grand. M2
Yeah, this looks
CS.
like a BM, and I don't think that, I spend $170,000 on a BM.
What was a BM?
A bowel movement.
Should never have asked. All right, M5 CS versus Z06.
M5 CS, Z06.
Z06 versus GT4 RS.
Z06.
Z06.
Actually, going back, I don't know if I could do M5 CS over. I think I would still do M5 CS because you could literally use the M5 CS for everything.
Everything.
Right? That's why I said it's the best car in the world. Like that's it.
But so does the M4 CSL have a place in this world?
I think it does for people who are interested in collecting it because it's going to be rare. I think it's for people who want to own what is at least currently the fastest M car ever, right? Like
Yeah,
that's
until
the
it's
thing.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, like if you're into the looks and you bought a CSL and you paid 170 grand, after driving it now, I don't think I'm going to say, "Oh, you're an idiot." I'm honestly going to say like, "Yeah, cool."
Yeah.
Like I don't like the look of it personally, but the way that it drives for me is
If you only live in downtown Toronto and you're only going to drive in downtown Toronto,
no, this can't be your car.
yeah, get a Civic.
Or a Century.
Okay, so for a track-focused road car, this does do the track better than the road, which means that it probably should have been a GTS, but it's not. And even though it constitutes most of what makes up a CSL, I'm not sure whether it achieves CSL desirability. And we should talk about its price. It's difficult to swallow. 175 grand is an extraordinary increase over a regular M4. In fact, it's the price of 2 regular M4s. And extraordinary price jumps require extraordinary changes.
You see, a Porsche GT car gets a different engine, so does the new Corvette Z06. This is the same engine as the base car, just tweaked. In that sense, no, it's not especially different to an M4. So, is this just an overpriced sports car? Well, the M4 CSL's performance and its lap time speak volumes. That, and it's also one of the most thrilling cars I've ever driven. So in that sense, it's arguably, compared to its competitors, 170 grand of thrills and speed. But if you look at the whole package, let's just say you better be a big fan of the way it drives. Thanks for watching.